Hello, Leo. Welcome to your weekly reading for December 15th to the 22nd. This is for Leo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. We're going to jump right into it, Leo. Well, this is it. This is the luckiest week of December, and that is a big statement considering what December is like. If you saw my monthly forecast, there's a lot of delays, there's a lot of slowdowns, there's a lot of squares, retrogrades, etc. We've got Mars officially retrograde in your sign, Leo. So if you want to know more about that, just check out your December forecast. One thing I will say, if you are a cross watcher, if you watch for your sun, moon, rising, if it is a different sign, if you watch for your husband, your wife, your kid, whatever it is, just know that the mutable signs, Gemini, Virgo, Sagittarius, and Pisces, what's happening this week is going to have the biggest impact on them. Okay? Big, 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 big. All right. But everyone's going to feel it, especially this full moon in Gemini. That's going to happen on Sunday, the 15th. Listen, Leah, this is a big one. And it's happening at 4 a.m. in the morning, my time, Eastern Standard Time. That's New York City time. So wherever you are in this world, just convert it to that. But it's a strong full moon. So you will likely even feel the impact of the full moon like the Friday before, okay? Friday, Saturday before as well. It's a big one, big one. Remember, full moons illuminate, all right? They culminate things in your life. They bring these significant turning points. And this full moon in Gemini, for you, Leo, it is in your 11th house. So there's something here changing, okay? Especially with friendships, groups you belong to, maybe something with social media, maybe something with, your LinkedIn community. There's something here, all right, something here where something's again coming to a turning point, or even just completing. Now, it could also be something that you had initiated back in June. Remember, this is corresponding to the new moon in Gemini that we had in June. So remember, you wanted to set intentions, plant seeds. So there, again, can be some sort of turning point here with your hopes, your wishes, your dreams as well. Maybe there's something different that you want now, and you're recognizing that as well. Or maybe there's something that you want to go even further and ascend even more and feel more ambitious about. But just know this is going to be a big full moon. It's also really great. I love this full moon. It's amazing. It's very romantic. It's lovely. It's trining Venus. Remember, Venus is in Aquarius right now with Pluto in your 7th house of partnerships and relationships. So really nice one for you, Leo. Really harmonious energy. Okay. Conjuncting Jupiter as well. I mean, so wide conjunction. Jupiter is a planet of luck and abundance. So you got Jupiter in Gemini as well. So there's good news here because it's a Mercury ruled full moon. Okay, there's blessings here. Good fortune, profit, nuggets of wisdom. But there's definitely something here, again, with everything that I mentioned about your 11th house, with friends and whatnot. This is a week where even like a friend could become more than a friend. Wink, wink, if you know what I mean. If that's what you want, you got it right here. All right, you have it right here. The other thing is, with the fact that it's a Mercury ruled full moon, yes, you could be processing a lot. You could be really chatty. All right, just be social. I recommend being social around this time. Remember, Mercury does go direct, so I mean, that's good news in itself. Mercury's no longer retrograde as of this full moon. But remember what I said, your monthly forecast, just, with the bookends of Mercury retrogrades, it just can be a little wacky. There could be something like wacky here. And Mercury will remain in Sagittarius until the end of the month. So again, that is your 5th house of true love. So you got a lot of love stuff, partnership stuff happening here. Children, right? There's something here with children, something, it's just nice, okay? Creativity, self-expression, things that bring you joy and pleasure. Now, did you reassess your goals? That was your assignment during Mercury retrograde in Sagittarius. You probably did. You probably spent a lot of time thinking about your future. You probably spent a lot of time thinking about the big picture for yourself, right? Now you're going to have a lot more clarity with Mercury going direct. Mercury's going to still be in shadow, but it's going to be direct, so that's great. It's all about having realistic expectations this week. And I say that because not only because of this full moon, Mercury going direct, and remember to trust your intuition. We're talking about the moon is intuition. There can be a tendency to overthink around this full moon, maybe even be overstimulated. And throughout the week as well, there may be a something here where you could be falling into some sort of fantasy. Avoid that. And I say that because Neptune is going to square the full moon. All right. It's also, you see, the sun is going to square Neptune as well. You've already gone through this. All right. So it's just, Neptune just makes it a little bit harder to distinguish what's real, or makes you work harder to distinguish what's real for you and what's not real for you. Right. So again, it happened back in June around the new moon in Gemini. You've already experienced this. Just you trust your intuition. You're going to be fine. Neptune's just going to bring a little bit of that confusion this week. So just don't get lost in the sauce. Right. Don't overthink things. And, if you find yourself walking down a yellow brick road, in Wonderland, and some unicorn tells you that lava pool over there is full of your favorite candy, all right, then get out. That's you over, that's that fantasy where it's just like, whoa, right? So just Neptune is going to do that, okay? Remember, the Sun square Neptune is for the collective. Everyone's going to feel this Sun square Neptune. So you might even have a friend that tells you that they genuinely believe that they're J-Lo, right? Or something. Just smile, all right? Smile and nod and have another sip of your gimlet. You're going to be, just let it pass, because they're going to have that, like I said, truth is going to come to light this week. It's going to pass. They're going to realize like, oh, actually I'm not J-Lo. All right. So just trust your intuition. And the reason why I say just let them have that for the moment. I mean, you can try. It's because Mars is retrograde in your sign. And remember, Mars is not like being retrograde. And so you want to avoid confrontations. All right. You want to avoid those little things. Right. So keep that in mind. Wednesday, you see the Sun will square Neptune. It's just the strongest point of the square. All right. Pretty exact here. But again, you're going to feel it all week. Remember, last week, Neptune did go direct. And so Neptune does have all its powers now. Right. So these are the lower expressions of Neptune that can come out when it's in a square like this with the moon and the sun. Illusion, delusion, confusion, lack of motivation. You could even bring up insecurities and things like that. So the higher expressions are what you want to shoot for, right? Compassion, empathy, kindness, imagination, creativity, all of that. So move in that direction, all right? Vibrate at that frequency, that high frequency. How do you do that? Well, Neptune is the arts. So go to a museum. Go to a museum, go to an art show, poetry jam, do some karaoke, see some ballet, whatever you want. But when you do those things, do not do those things to distract yourself from anything. Do it to be inspired. Neptune is inspiration. So the Sun square Neptune, all right? You can use it at this high frequency. Jane Austen, Paul McCartney, they all had Sun square Neptune, right? So even James Joyce, if you're into astrology, if you know astrologers, you may know Stephen Forrest, right? Evolutionary astrologer. Very big, he has Sun square Neptune. So use that, okay? Use it to your advantage, because there may be some things that test you this week. Again, I explained this in your monthly forecast. You got Mars retrograde in your sign, Leo. In your sign, you have Mercury in shadow. We've got Jupiter square Saturn, right? That's happening after this. But again, Jupiter and Saturn are such slow moving planets. You're still going to feel it this week. Okay. You're going to feel it this week, right? Mercury square Saturn happening next week. So that's just a little bit of quicksand energy. You just want to vibrate at the high frequency. Don't let any of those little things, have that impact on you. Now, All right. Now, Thursday, this is kind of like the saving grace. We got Venus trine Jupiter. That's amazing. It's the best day of the month, best aspect of the month, big heart energy. I really love this for you. Okay. This is really wonderful. You got the two benefic planets, the two brightest planets in the sky, doing something enormously special for you now, okay? It's a beautiful trine. It's bringing the surge of amazing energy toward what you desire, what brings you pleasure, especially with partnerships, relationships. Again, can be career for you, can be love for you, can be your nanny, can be your tennis coach, whatever it is. Just think one-on-one, okay? There could be some legal matters here as well. That's something that is signing into existence. That's, maybe a thing that you're looking at that may be nice. Money, creativity, romance, all on the table here. All on the table. All right. And remember, Jupiter is in Gemini in your hopes and wishes and dreams. All right. So, really nice. And just be social. Remember, that I said this is a week to be social, right? Venus is very social, especially with Venus in Aquarius, Venus being with Pluto in Aquarius. Very social. If you're looking to meet like the one, if you're single, by the way, that's your seventh house. Partnerships and relationships. So just, you never know what can happen. You never know what doors can open up for you in any capacity with Venus friend Jupiter. We're not going to have this aspect again for another year. So take advantage of it, please. The other thing is, do not go buy a private island. Don't go over indulging, over spending around this time as well, because Venus trine Jupiter can be like overindulgent as well. So while Neptune is being naughty, you don't want to do that. All right. Now, Saturday, December 21st, we officially enter Capricorn season. There you go. Happy winter. We're officially in winter, December 21st, and summer in the southern hemisphere. Happy summer for y'all in the southern hemisphere. Listen, Capricorn season for the next 4 weeks, starting on Saturday, you're going to be hyper focused on your goals. Okay? Building sturdy foundations, structure in terms of work. Okay? In terms of health, wellness, fitness. All right? Big things for you. Everyday activities. This is your sixth house. All right, Leo. So just keep that in mind. All right. Now, this is preparing for 2025, putting yourself where you want to be by 2025. Now, I did your annual forecast. You can check them out. I did all of them on my vacation. So please take a look. Please check them out. All right. If you saw it, you know that I said 2025 doesn't really start until March. Okay. Because of the retrogrades in January and February. But for a lot of Leos, it'll start in February. For a lot of other Leos, it will start at the end of January. You know that I said that in your monthly forecast. So it starts pretty much with that, we've got that Sun-Pluto conjunction right after Capricorn season. So remember, Capricorn season for y'all is more about preparing where you want to be. And you can initiate things, put yourself where you want to be, okay, by that time. Because remember, next week we do have a new moon in Capricorn. All right, so let's get started. Leo, let's see what's going on for you for this week, December 15th to the 22nd. Okay. All right. Leo, I do a traditional cultic cross spread, offers the best overview, especially for a weekly reading. And if we need a pool of clarifiers, you know that we will. Secondly, Leo, you know I love y'all. Thanks so much for being here. And I'm doing, listen, I'm going to do another little bonus reading at the end of this. Okay, we're gonna dive deep into that full moon, and I'm gonna do the lunations of the week. I'm gonna start doing that with these little extra bonus spreads I'm doing with this, with the Tarot of the Divine. Remember, I'm gonna do a separate spread. I would do another spread for you after this, but let's see what's going on. Wow, ooh, yeah, okay, oh, big week where you're gonna be fine, you're gonna be great. There's a lot of big things happening for you, but there is gonna be a little bit of let's get clarity this week. Yeah, you got that Five of Swords. You have the Five of Swords. All this card is really about like self-respect, self-dignity. It's all about asking yourself, can I drop the swords like everybody else has? Okay, you see he's got like that kind of like smirk on his face. It's really cloudy. It is a challenge card, all right, but you've got to ask yourself, not only can I drop these swords, but can I rise above the situation? Can I see eye to eye? Can I compromise? Could be a big theme for you this week, all right? If you do feel a little bit like again, that's just what happens when Mars is retrograde in your sign. All right. So just keep that in mind. It can be with a partner in work. It can be with a partner in career. Remember, this is an Aquarius card, first of all. So that's why I'm bringing up, partnerships. That is your seventh house. But just know, like, without that compromise, without that processing, is this worth it? Right? Like, you could lose as much as they have. these two people, they're walking away, but you see they're moving toward the sea, right? Yeah, by the way, it is a sea. A lot of people think it's like a glide, like a wall, like a gladiator stadium. No, it's the sea. Emotions, right? So be in touch. All right here. And a lot of it could just be up here too. And the way that you're processing things. Remember, it's going to be a very cerebral week. A lot of Mercury energy, like a lot going on up here. A lot going on up here. Listen, you also got the 6 of cups and the heart of your spread. So I like that. And, it just seems like, again, as long as you pay attention to this, you're going to be fine, right? You're going to be fine. That brings you straight into the 6 of Cups. 6 of Cups, absolutely amazing. Wonderful card. Everything harmonizing for you. There's this sense of like, oh, things feel good. I can let my hair down. I feel protected. I mean, this is the biggest house in tarot, by the way. And what's really interesting for you, this card is attributed to Sun and Scorpio. Scorpio, another fixed sign like you. It's your 4th house, right? So it does rule home and family anyway. And this week we do have the moon moving into Cancer for a few days where the moon rules Cancer. It's all about that home energy, family energy, nurturing energy, kindness energy, right? All of that. You're going to feel good. You're going to feel good as long as you put yourself in that place where you're not only vibrating at that high frequency and that heart energy that I talked about, okay? Being in touch with your heart. That's going to make a big difference. Your intuition as well. That's what cups are. Love and emotions and feelings. Be expressive, all right? But also know that you are protected as long as you have that kindness, right? This is a card of kindness and sharing and, just feeling really good. A lot of nostalgia here. There could be someone coming back from your past. If it hasn't already, it still may this week, right? With all these retrogrades and, even with Mercury in shadow. But it may even be you thinking about something in the past that brought you a lot of joy that sparked something within you, right? All right. Now, you got the moon in your challenge area. Very interesting here. Well, 2 things are coming up for me. One, there is something that you've got to let go. You got to let go. It may be taking up too much headspace. All right. So just keep that in mind. It can be something with a partnership, something with money, something with relationships, business partners, maybe something with shared resources. The moon in tarot, by the way, is attributed to Pisces. Now, remember, Pisces does rule your 8th house. So 8th house is also death and rebirth, regeneration, transformation. So use this full moon. I mean, that is a huge full moon here to go within, okay? And to unroot things, the things that you're just like, yeah, I don't want to bring this into 2025. You got that 8 of Pentacles in your crown. So yeah, you are definitely in that work mode, like in it to win it, working hard for the money, right? Because this card is a Virgo card. We're going to talk about that. The moon will be in Virgo over the weekend, and I'm going to tell you what that means for you. But this is just saying, yeah, there is a sense of like there is you've got this goal, you've got this vision, you got this finish line, you've got your legacy to reach. Eyes on the prize. Let's just keep going there. All right. You could also around this full moon have this awareness. It's almost like a spiritual awakening that's coming up for me. Just like this clarity. All right. You like my hand gestures? What am I doing? You got the double and the root of your spread. Okay. So again, there's something you may be experiencing this week where it's like, I've got to, with the moon in your challenge, like I've got to let this go to have that feeling of feeling free and feeling, in that moment of just, I'm protected. Everything's good. Got a lot of security. I'm secure, right? About everything that's going on in my life. That double energy, the double is attributed to Capricorn, by the way. So remember that is your 6th house. So there is something here that may be unhealthy for you. Remember 6th house is health for you as well. That you may be doing that you're just like, okay, let me not bring this into 2025. All right, just recognize it. Do you see the 2 people here chained to the double, right? Break free. Okay, the chains are loose. Now, the other thing I'm going to say is that you see these 2 people. They're the people from the Lovers card, right? And so there you go. Something maybe with a partnership. This is also, The devil also represents like obsessions and like codependency and things like that, but it's not restricted to love, right? It can be something like maybe I'm in a work environment. Maybe there's colleagues I work with that just toxic. Like I got to just not ignore this. I got to do something about it, right? Now, be vocal, right? Diplomatically, right? Eight of Wands in your future. You're going to be fine. You're going to be fine. Just keep working toward your goals. Everything that you want, it's going to bring all this success, right? Eight of Wands, things landing for you. See the Wands completely aligned. The Wands are your ambitions, your passions. There's this, vigor, like they're invigorating, right? And they're just in their happy place, in the air, just whoosh, right? And they're all aligning. Okay, so this is really great. There is something that is you could expect. There's a lot of movement here with the Eight of Wands, so there could be something landing for you this week that you're working toward. That you're because you are feeling good. You're being your authentic self. Something landing for you. There could be something that's happening for you. Things are going to start moving fast in that department. All right. Remember, wands are your ambitions and your passions, and even work-related matters like enterprise, career. But I love this. This is really wonderful. Um, yeah, you're good. Just look forward to that. But again, let some things go, especially if there's something deeply rooted, right? It's like I just don't want to be this way, or I'm in an environment that, in my mind, maybe I feel stuck, but deep down inside, I know that I can get out of this, or it just maybe requires a little effort. But you got that Eight of Pentacles in your crown, which is great. Okay, you got that. That's like Karate Kid energy. It's like wax on, wax off. A lot of like practice makes perfect. Like just like that kind of energy. Okay, that Eight of Pentacles is really great, because that's when that determination, that diligence, that's going to get you to everything that you want, to that Eight of Wands in your future, which is absolutely amazing. Like everything's aligning for you. Leo, if you like this reading, by the way, it'd be great if you like, subscribe, leave comments. I appreciate all that. Mm-hmm. I love y'all. All right, so yeah. What a week. You're very powerful, very powerful. There is something where you definitely have something to look forward to. You're good, and you're good. You got the Hangman here, which is really again, it feels like you are in a place where something does have to let go, or you've got to let something go, something taking up too much headspace, or something that's really like clutching onto your emotions. It's almost like I want to feel expressive. I want to feel like moving with my heart. And a lot of that is going to really inspire you when you can think about what that is. Like, what do I want to move toward? Let me unchain myself from that devil energy, and everything's just going to fly for you. With a Hanged Man, it is all about this new perspective. So use this week with that full moon. Remember, it illuminates things, all right? What needs to be illuminated for you? This is all about having that fresh perspective, but also it's all about surrendering. It's all about surrendering things that I listen, I'm moving into this new chapter in my life, okay? Again, the Hanged Man comes right before the Death card, the card of transformation. So what do you not need when you go through this metamorphosis, right? I can't even talk. Mercury is retrograde while I'm filming this, so I can't even talk. But yeah, think about that. Just something that you feel is holding you back, but it could be you subconsciously putting yourself in that position. Let's recognize that. Let that full moon illuminate for you. Now, you've got that Four of Cups, all right, in your external factors area. There could be someone that is not, happy in a situation with you. Maybe. All right. So just keep that in mind. All right. They could be, Four of Cups is, a card that is associated with like boredom and apathy. And it is in your external factors area. So there just may be someone that it's again, like, let's move in that direction where look at these two and the heart of your spread. They're so joyful and there's so much love here, right? So it may be that could be holding you back, right? There may be something here that someone may recognize. It's almost like this Leo, this my best friend, my lover, my classmate, whoever it is like, I feel like they're going through something and I'm not happy with it. I'm not going to do anything about it. It's like you're the one that's got to like prove, hey, I'm here. I'm being my authentic self. That's going to make everything great. Okay. Now, the other thing is some Leos may feel like there is like you're not getting what you want yet, right? Remember, this is just a weekly reading. You do have Mars in Leo retrograde, right? Mars is retrograde in your sign this week. And I've exhausted that. You know what it means at this point. So just remember, just really, go within. All right. Just know there's going to be some delays. Just a weekly reading. All right. Now, 10 of Wands. Yeah. You've been working hard. You've definitely been feeling a little bit of squeeze. Okay. And you want it to end. Move in that direction. I think you will. You have the 8 of Wands in your future. So just don't overdo it. Don't overburden yourself and do not distract yourself, like I said earlier, from things that you do have to recognize. And then you have that Emperor in your final outcome. This is power. It's a lot of power. There's a lot of authority. This is mastery of self. He is the Emperor, right? Really, really nice. Sitting in this throne. This is someone who's got a lot of wisdom. He's got a lot of passion. He's got a lot of power. He's fully protected. You got a lot of protection here. Just know you're protected, all right? With that 6 of Cups, you see the armor under his, robe. Like, he's bulletproof. I mean, you're good. You're absolutely good. He's the ruler of his destiny. And so moving through this week, move toward that empowerment, that self-empowerment, and you're going to be absolutely fine. He is the author of his story. Yeah. All right. So so that's really great. All right. And I feel, again, a lot of it's going to be like your shift in how you see things. That's going to bring a lot of empowerment. All right. And making adjustments that you need to make. Now, Leo, let's focus on this full moon. I'm going to pull a couple cards here. And, like I said, well, I didn't say it earlier, but let me tell you about the lunations this week. This is going to be very interesting for you because the day of the full moon, remember I said it's happening very early in the morning. And by the time we get to the afternoon, the moon is actually going to move into Cancer. And the moon's going to be in Cancer up until Tuesday, right? So around that time, you're definitely going to be, that's your 12th house, the subconscious, spirituality, intuition. But again, there is, with the 12th house, it's like also like self-sabotage. It's facing your fears. You may be really going deep, especially with things that have to do with home. Okay. Just remember to use those higher expressions of just trusting your intuition and unrooting those things that just takes up way too much headspace. And things that like make you feel like you don't have power, work with those energies. Remember, you are invincible. Okay. Remember that. And that's what's waiting for you. All right. And the thing is, it's going to fly for you. And then great news is that moon's going to be in your sign. So you get to like really think about what you want moving forward. That's going to be Wednesday and Thursday. That's going to be great. All right. So remember, I talked about that emotions, right? The moon is emotions as well. So really use that really to express yourself. Okay. A lot of creative energy around that one. And then over the weekend, the moon is going to be in Virgo. All right. So that's going to be at the same time that we do move into Capricorn season. So really love that. All right. That's really grounding those two earth signs. And so the moon Virgo, and, we do have the last quarter moon over the weekend. So don't initiate anything really. You can plan and prepare, but don't like start anything because like the moon will be void, by the way, as well. Anyway, just listen. Don't just wait for the new moon to come. All right, that's all I'm saying. The new moon, we're approaching that. But with the moon in Virgo, you're gonna possibly, that's your second house. So self-worth, self-value, like building that confidence. Really, and moon in Virgo is very analytical. I natively have moon in Virgo, by the way. It's like checking off to-do lists. That's what you're gonna be doing. All right, so you're gonna be doing a lot of that, but everything in terms of defining like what brings you value, what's your the worth that you bring to things, like feeling that empowerment, knowing that you're worth everything. Okay, that's all about confidence. So let's get to it, Leo. Let's see. I'm gonna see this full moon. I'm gonna look at some. I'm gonna pull some cards. Full moon in Gemini. All right, remember that's in your 11th house. Your hopes, your wishes, your dreams, even your communities, friendships, groups you belong to. There's something culminating. There's also like a turning point around that full moon. All right. So, Leo. Okay. Very interesting. 10 of Wands. Pay attention. When you get it twice, okay? Really pay attention. Don't overwork. Don't overdo things. Don't overburn yourself. And know that you do have a network. You got a support system. Know that. Remember, you got that 6 of Cups in the heart of your spread. And then this full moon in Gemini in your social network. So you don't have to do it alone. And then, funny enough, you got the moon. Really pay attention to this full moon. All right? Really pay attention because, again, you got the moon twice. All right? So this full moon seems like it's going to be really big for you. All right? Really good. Really, really big. Time to face some things that are holding you back and trust your intuition and have that emotional evolution, right? And then you have the Queen of Wands as well. So you're going to be fine. With the Queen of Wands and the Emperor, that's a lot of power. And the Queen of Wands, she gets whatever she wants. She knows like the law of attraction. Like she studied it. She gets it. All right. So you're going to be fine, but you've got to make room and you got to believe in yourself. That's kind of like the biggest thing is like, belief is translated like biochemically. It's something that, I'm going to let you go. So Leo, y'all are amazing. Just know that you have the power of choice. Okay. You can choose to vibrate at this high frequency and attract everything that you want. And you can choose love and gratitude and compassion. Y'all are amazing. Next week, Leo, we're going to jump into, there's a lot happening. We got Jupiter square Saturn, Mercury square Saturn. We got that new. We got a lot happening. All right. So thanks so much, Leo. If you like this reading, it would be great if you like, subscribe, leave comments, and I will see you next week. Bye-bye.